Welcome to Who Sits Jack. Today we'll be discussing my top 25 versus AP top 25. So let's get into it. Number 1, I have Gonzaga. AP does 2. Number 2, I have Baylor. AP 2. Number 3, Villanova. I have them the 3. Those 3 teams are the best teams in college basketball. Now Villanova's coming off a pause, kind of, but Gonzaga and Baylor are the clear choices for number 1 and 2. I don't know if Villanova will ever catch up to Baylor. I don't think anyone will catch up to Gonzaga. I kind of wish Gonzaga had more talent in the West Coast Conference, so that way we could see them play more teams like Baylor did. Against Baylor gets to play Texas, Kansas, and West Virginia, and I think that gives them a bigger resume. Number 4, I actually have Houston number 4, and AP has Michigan. I just put Michigan at number 5. I think Michigan is a better team than Houston. I just think since Michigan's on pause, I'm not going to put them at 4. I'll put Houston over them. But maybe in my next one, I'll put Michigan over Houston. I just think Cullen Sampson is a great coach at Houston. Number 6, I have Texas. Same as AP. Like I said, they lost to Baylor. I mean, they're 11-4, so I don't think I don't know if they'll be in the top 10 next week. I don't know. I mean, if you're 11-4, you have to be the 5 seed and lose to the top 4 seeds if you're going to be that high. So yeah. 7, I have Oklahoma. They'll probably slide down in my next one because they just lost to Texas Tech. But they beat an Alabama team, Kansas, and I mean, Oklahoma is a great team because they beat Texas without Austin Reeves. They lost to Texas Tech by 5, and they beat Kansas and Alabama without Austin Reeves too. So Oklahoma, I think, will stay up here in the top 25. And then Ohio State, they just beat Michigan last night. They got a good team. They haven't really found consistency yet, and I feel they've kind of been inconsistent with the 14-4 record at number 7 and 8 for me. So I think they need to pick up their consistency. Iowa, another team that is inconsistent. They've had a really good night where Luka Garza's playing well, and some of their role players are playing good. But sometimes it's just Luka Garza, and he's not even shooting that good. And that's when they'll lose their games. Sorry, I keep coming out of the camera. So that's why I have Iowa at number 9. They're even the AP poll, so not a difference there. Alabama, I have at 10. They just lost to Oklahoma, but they're super good right now with John Petty Jr., the leading scorer. Still playing pretty good. Still like them, have hopes in them. And then I have Tennessee at number 11. That's high for me because they just demolished Kansas last Saturday or Sunday. But early in the season they were my SEC pick, but I don't know if it'll be my SEC pick with Alabama. 12, I have Illinois, another team that is inconsistent. They are the description of inconsistent because they're 12-5, and I think inconsistency shows with a 12-5 record. Texas Tech, they barely beat Oklahoma. They're a pretty good team, but Mac McClung, Oklahoma shut him down. Only 7 attempts from the field, 6 points, 6 or 6 from the free throw line. 0 for 7 from the field. They shut him down. And then Virginia, I have them at 14, so it's AP poll. They're just a kind of basic, good defensive team. Virginia Tech, I have at 15, and then it's in 16 AP poll. They just beat Virginia with KV Luma having a monster game, so that's why I moved them up. Well, they're at the same thing for me, but West Virginia, number 16, barely won against Iowa State last night, so I think they're a good team. So, yeah. Then Creighton, I have at 17, and then they have them at 15. I just put Creighton at because, I don't think they're that good. Because they barely beat DePaul. are they that good? So that's why I went with Wisconsin. You can't. I mean, Wisconsin, another team. There's a lot of teams that are inconsistent in the top 25, and they are one of them. And then Florida State, pretty. They lost to Georgia Tech, but I think they can still be a 3-4 seed in the tournament coming. UCLA's playing good without Chris Smith, and I think they can become a pretty good team because I think they're a team to be in the Pac-12, and that's all I have to say. Their next game is against USC, so let's see if they can win that one. Kansas, they are not playing good this year. I mean, with all the talent, you would think they play good, but they haven't been playing good. And Florida, I put them in there because they beat West Virginia. I think West Virginia is a good team. So yeah, then Purdue at 23, but they might not be in the next one because they just lost to Maryland, who's basically beat every single top team they've played and lose to bad teams. Drake, I don't like Drake, but everyone's like they're so underrated, but I think they're overrated because I mean they're 17-0, but who have they beat? I mean, they're seriously not playing anyone. The best team they've played is Loyola Chicago, who's still pretty good, but not as good as teams like in the Big 12 or Big 10. 25 at Oklahoma State, who's not in the top 25, but I mean, I think they're good because they basically gave Baylor a run for their money without Cade Cunningham. And then teams that fell out, I have Minnesota, Missouri, Clemson, St. Louis, UConn, LSU out of mine. I dropped out Missouri even though they're 18 in the AP poll. I do not like the Missouri team. I mean, they're not it for me. Losing to Auburn, barely beating TCU. I think they'll lose to Kentucky tomorrow. Yeah. So that's it for today, and thanks for watching this all the way through. So see you next time.